shit.
Yeah, he different.
200? Boy, 200 as a rook. That's tough. You was dead ass right about these Nets, too. That shit don't look finals bound without Kyrie.
Man,
Hard ain't get them foul calls no more.
and if you know, I ain't gonna say it loud, but if you realize none of them boys can lead.
Oh,
you look
shit.
at where they.
Let me hit the joint. But you said something there. Yes, sir. Back in the building, another show. AB at another location. You gotta start
another location, baby.
A location track on AB. I think I probably have been in maybe 3-4 spots. AB done been at least 10. Hey, boy, be on the move.
Hey, you gotta keep it moving, baby.
I gotta keep it moving. October 25th, week 7, overreaction Monday. Another good week. Almost done. Got Monday Night Football. I'm one half of the man-to-man pod, Darius Butler. The other half, Antoine Bethea, fresh off his retirement party weekend, man. How was everything, man? Homecoming weekend.
Man, it was a great weekend. had to play it smart now, but it was a dope weekend, man. Friends and family, teammates. So we enjoyed it. Still trying to recover, trying to bounce back, but we here.
Yeah, man. Glad you made it, man. Wasn't sure. Thought it was gonna be 50-50. But we back, man. Did you calculate your win-loss totals yet from yesterday? Get this right. Let me see.
So
hold on, let me throw them up.
Yeah, it's in there. Bet with AB, week 7. We 10-2. We 10-2, 9-3 against the spread, 73-33 this year up to this point, 61-45 against the spread. Bet with AB. I'm letting y'all look at my paper. Y'all can cheat.
Hey, he might be the best.
You ain't trying.
Sports better of all time right now. Sports books. Hey, he a free agent right now. It don't look like he'll be a free agent for long.
Hey, y'all tap in with me, man.
10-2, money line, 9-3 against the spread. That's tough. And this was in the midst of you celebrating and shit. So
yeah.
I had to do the pick show. I had to fly dolo, so I had no homework to peek off of. I said these projects are a little tougher. You ain't got to do the school projects, man.
It's a little different.
But no, it was a decent line. Money line 8-4 for me. Ugly on the spread. 5-6-1 against the spread. And down AB on the season, 73-33 money line, 61-45 against the spread. Ooh, that's tough. I know Jim Rome gonna hit you up. He gave you a shout out the other day when I jumped on about your bets.
Hey man, holla at my guy, man. Holla at me, Jim.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Any games stand out to you from yesterday?
Man, Tennessee and KC stood out.
You picked Tennessee in that one, right?
Yeah, picked Tennessee in that one. Just I really like just the mentality that the Titans have. You know what I mean? Especially on that offensive side of the ball. If you can run the ball in this league, you got a chance. And obviously, Kansas City is not the Kansas City that we've been seeing the past couple years for numerous reasons. But with them just playing how they playing, man, I couldn't see how Tennessee was not going to win that game, especially with that run game and just how the team, Kansas City, just how they're playing right now. So definitely was one of my picks.
Yeah, this was obviously one of the big games, one of the picks where a lot of people split on Tennessee going. I thought Tennessee was gonna come out. Every time you look at a Kansas City game, a spread or whatever, like for me at least, I'm like, damn, Mahomes, man, it's hard to just bet against that dude, man. But he's forcing it, man. Tied for the league lead right now, interceptions with 9. Had 2 more fumbles yesterday. Gave up, lost one of them. The defense obviously isn't playing great. They actually did a decent job against Derrick Henry yesterday. Derrick Henry, I think he only went for 86, ended up throwing a touchdown. I think like 20-something carries. Tannehill had a good day.
Hey, look at here. That joint crazy when you said Derrick Henry only went for 86.
That's nuts, right? Because his over under I think was at like 115. And everybody expected him to run through this Kansas City defense, but he went. What did he go for? He had 29 carries for 86 yards, and like I said, ended up throwing a touchdown. But Tannehill did his thing. AJ Brown, he balled. He kind of had probably his best game of the year. But Chiefs got to figure a lot of things out. Mahomes got injured too on another play that was kind of putting themselves in somewhat of harm's way. Kind of just forcing it right now. I feel like they forcing them to do things outside of the box, which he's always been great at. That's kind of been his superpower. But now I feel like defense is just sitting back, just waiting for him to make a mistake, and they capitalizing, man. What you think wrong with the Chiefs right now? Overall, I guess outside of what we already talked about.
Man, I just think you got to tap into what you used to, what you're good at, and I just think, like you said, I think when it gets to a point like this and you are, say, let's speak on Patrick Mahomes, where you are that guy, you've been making Superman plays in the past. When you're 3-3, 3-4 right now, you try to press and try to create things and get things done that necessarily is not there. And as a DB, as a defender, as you know, and we spoke about it before in this show, it's like when you're watching film, it's like, yo, this guy's gonna give us opportunities, but when those opportunities come, we have to capitalize. And again, I think opposing defenses are doing that this year. They're capitalizing on the mistakes that the Chiefs offense is having. So I just think they got to sit back and really tap into, what the Kansas City Chiefs are about. Or it could just be, it ain't it no more.
Because everybody tried to crown them. That early, like, hey, sometimes it's hard to win in this league, period.
For sure.
But it's extremely difficult to win at a high level on a consistent basis. Yeah, I can only think of probably a handful of teams since I've been really following the sport that just every year they were going to be like y'all were one of them. Like every year y'all was going to win 12, 13 games. Like that was rare. And then, sometimes the playoffs shit ain't go y'all way. Patriots. Right. Long span of dominance, obviously, even the Saints, one Super Bowl. Seahawks, when they had their run, like you had your little runs, but it's hard to. Pittsburgh always, kind of always been a team, but it's hard to have those long sustained runs of dominance. And after which, rightfully so, Mahomes came out and looked like the best quarterback this planet has ever seen. But it's tough to keep up that type of production, not only at the quarterback position, but as a team, as an organization. So, are the Chiefs dead? It is Overreaction Monday. We need an answer, man. You the best sports bettor in the world. We need to know right now. Are they dead? Are they making the playoffs?
They are not making the playoffs.
Not making the playoffs.
They are not making the playoffs, man. You gotta look in their division. You got the Raiders playing fairly well. Obviously they're going through their stuff. As far as Coach Gruden, but I have the Raiders, and then I have the Chargers.
So the Chiefs finishing third in there. Who saw that coming? Third.
But they don't make the playoffs this year.
I don't know why. It's just hard for me to just count this guy out, man. It's hard, man. Damn, it's hard. His team, man. I can't agree with you there. I'm gonna say they find a way to sneak in the playoffs. They find a way to sneak in. I can't write them off yet. But shit, y'all know who homework to copy off of right now.
Overreaction Monday. That was one of my overreactions, baby.
Yeah, so this the full win graphic right here. You know, obviously the Saints and the Seahawks play tonight, Monday Night Football. We'll talk about that game. But Cardinals still 7-0, only 7-win team through this point of the season. The Rams, the Packers, the Bucks all have 6 wins. And then that 5-win crew, the Raiders, Bengals, Ravens, Titans, fucking Titans, and the Cowboys up there, all up there. That kind of rounds out the group with 5 or better wins. Anybody from that group up in the top 3 rows that you can see falling off and not making the playoffs, you see all those teams continue to play good and make the offs.
So no hate, just me, being in the locker room. I'll say 2 teams, but they're playing really good right now. So I'm gonna give you my reasoning. All right. The first is the Raiders, right? So we've seen them start fast and just kind of sizzle middle to the end of the year. Hopefully it doesn't happen to them this year, but we've seen it happen before, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other team I would just say Cincinnati, right? And again, they're playing well.
5-2 right now.
5-2. They're playing well. Defense is balling. Burrow's balling. Chicks, they're rolling, right? But can you handle success? Can you handle success? So that's my only thinking as far as those 2 teams with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're rolling. They're playing good. So when you start getting those pats from the back and, hey, you're playing well, like, can you continue to do the small things well?
Yeah.
Week in and week out. Not saying that they're not playing good, they are, but I'm just going over some other, just tapping into some other things that can affect.
It's a tough division too.
Yeah.
Every divisional game that they have is going to be Steelers. I don't care what their record is when they meet the Ravens when they meet again, Browns. So tough division there. I like Cincy though, man. I like them. I had them against the spread this week. I had the Ravens to win, but I like them, man. Like like Burrow. Zach Taylor was one of the coaches coming in on the hot seat. He might be he's got to be in the coach of the year conversation right now.
Yeah.
With what they're doing, their defense. The defense don't get talked about a lot.
Yeah.
But the defense is playing at a high level as well, man. And I put my hand up yesterday on Twitter, because I was one of the guys when they took Jamar Chase out of LSU after sitting out 2020 season. They took him at 5 over Penei Sewell. I'm like, man, Burrow, he's rehabbing the knee right now. How do you take a receiver? Blah, 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 generational tackle, blah, blah, blah. Boy, were they right. At least that's what it looked like right now.
Yeah. And even coming off the preseason when he, had a little slow start, had some drops or whatever the case may be. But I just think the connection that they built while at LSU together, I think that went a long way. They just really comfortable with one another. But him going for 200 yesterday. 200.
Against Humphrey too, which Marlon Humphrey ain't no slouch. That's one of the best in the game. So
so I like like I said, I like Cincy as well. I'm just thinking about as far as having 10 more games, can they sustain it? But I like what they're doing over there.
Yeah, man. Let me see.
What about you though? What teams you see up there that may slide?
You know what? Of the 5 or more winning teams right now, I would have to agree with you, the Raiders. They may slide. I still think they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I would say the Raiders. I want to say Tennessee, but their division is so weak. The AFC South is so weak and they've already beat good teams, so they already got their confidence and not even getting the most production out of a bunch of guys consistently outside of Derrick Henry. So I see those guys pulling their weight a little more, so it's hard for me to say Tennessee. But so I got to go with the Raiders. But yeah, I can definitely see why you say the Bengals. But I get another question would be from the you got under that 4-win teams. You got the Browns, Bills, and Chargers. You know, I love the Chargers. Chargers coming off a bye week. That's, you know, part of the reason in the fold. But of the 2 and 3 win to any of them teams you see getting hot and making a run at the playoffs, I got mine. Matter of fact,
You said the 2 to 3 win teams. Right now,
I would say, yeah. I mean, I guess 2 to 3, but you got in the 3-win column, you got Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos, Colts, Bears, Panthers, Steelers, Vikings, Falcons, and then I won't count the Saints because they play tonight.
I'm gonna go Colts.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna go Colts on here. Just watching some of that game last night. I think they're starting to find where their niche is. Like lean on the run, JT, Darius Leonard. You know, still creating turnovers, making plays out there. Carson Wentz. Is a Carson Wentz that, you know, all the Colts fans wanted to see. He's playing really well. Then you got the young guys outside on the receivers, man. They starting to come and make huge plays for us. So I got the Colts, man. I got the Colts turning this thing around slowly but surely, one week at a time.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I got the Colts. Carson Wentz playing. But now last night, he you know, I got some issues with my Reds when it comes to the color spectrum. My reds and greens kind of be off sometimes. But God, man, Carson tried to throw 5 picks, almost 3-4 in a row at one point last night. But he has been playing well this season. It was an ugly game, you know, and that shows. I feel like it shows character, you know, in a football team, especially a dome team, you know, India Dome team. And that's one of the how they play in bad weather, bad circumstances. But they played, you know, JT went for over 100 again. I know you were high on JT. We were talking about last week. I was a little concerned coming into this game because we didn't have TY. We didn't have Paris Campbell, who have been making plays down the field. But I stuck with the pick. I stuck with the coach, stuck with Carson. Michael Pittman made a big play to kind of put the nail in the coffin last night. Like you said, Leonard. He's playing on an extremely high level with, I mean, him, Humphrey. I mean, those might be the best 2 in the game right now, punching that ball out. Since Peanut. So so I like the Colts. The Colts can get hot. The Colts can go on a run, and they can, you know, I think the Tennessee are kind of full in that driver's seat in the AFC South. But I feel like we
got 10 games left though.
Yeah, it's a long season. Longer than ever.
Left, so we're gonna see. So let's talk about that no wins team. Detroit. Will they get a win this year? And I know it's overreaction. We got 10 games left, but will they get a win this year?
You know what? I think they get a win if they play how they played that first quarter yesterday. When they came out, big play, big touchdown. Onside kick, fake punt, another fake punt. Like they're gonna have to play Madden type football, and they just gonna have to sneak up and still a win. I don't see them getting more than 2 this year. But they don't go winless. I don't think they go winless. I think Jared Goff, I don't think he's a great quarterback, but he's too good of a quarterback to not win a game, to not show up and be like, all right, he's the better quarterback today. I think they get a win this year. What you think? They covered for me yesterday too.
Oh yeah, they definitely covered for me too. Like you said, man, if they can, you don't got nothing to lose right now.
I loved it.
Go for it on 4th down, trick plays, double. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, go all out. Go all out. See if you can get a spot.
2 fake punts.
Man,
I love it, man. 1-win teams. Dolphins, Texans, Jets, Jaguars. Man, I can't believe we stinking up right now. And,
I'm surprised about the Dolphins, man. I'm surprised, man. Like, I don't like when you say we. I don't know you be talking about no more D, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised about Miami, man. 1-6, man, coming off a 10-win season last year. You know,
very disappointing.
Very, 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 man.
Now this is the damn team that should have took Sewell because they had a chance too, and they went with Waddle. And I think a big reason why this team, why one of my teams, are in the position we're in right now, 1-6, the O-line. I mean, the O-line is not great at all, and it's hard to develop a quarterback. It's hard to even get some real answers from Tua when you got those that O-line protecting them. And Tua, he played better. He's playing okay, but he is making those bonehead plays. Like yesterday, X Howard got a pick. Put him in scoring position. I mean, great play, great complimentary football in a situation where they need it. The very next play, Tua makes one of the worst throws of the season, throws it right back to the defense, and they completely flipped the field and run it back, 50-something yards. And that ended up, losing the game. He drove and scored after that, but you can't have those type of mistakes in the game as a young quarterback, as an old quarterback. It don't matter. And you see it week in and week out with these quarterbacks, but Tua's got to make it clear, like, hey, I'm not the issue here. Because they continue this shit, it's gonna be some wholesale changes.
And I was about to ask you, I know you just said the offensive line is not good, and as a quarterback, and for you to be able to play well, you got to have your guys up there in front of you, protecting you. So where does the Dolphins go? I know we hear rumors about the Deshaun Watson and potentially going down south. Like, where do you go? I know again you was standing on the table for Tua. He shows glimpses here and there, but where do Miami Dolphins go?
I mean, at this point, and I know you talked about it, being a GM for the Dolphins, for instance, you have to give up 3 first-rounders plus to get a guy that you don't know is going to happen. But, nah, you know what? I wouldn't do that. I got to stick with Tua, man. We're gonna stick with Tua right now because of the uncertainty. Obviously, if Deshaun was gonna be able to play, and we knew that, and if they can do their digging and figure out he'll be able to play even next year, if he got to sit out this whole year and he can come back next year because his things will be handled or whatever. I don't know how that case is going off the court. You make that decision. If you're not sure there, you stick with Tua. You continue to build. Like, that's your only chance here because you mortgage the future and get a guy that never ends up playing. Let's say worst case scenario, you just set your franchise back even more, and that both that GM and head coach will be out of a job. We know how it works, in this business. So they kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. You got to stick with Tua, man, unless you want to go take a stab at another guy in the draft. Which 1-6. I mean, they keep this up. They'll at least have a shot at one of these top guys coming out. But I mean, damn, that man, he didn't play terrible, but that turnover was a very, very costly turnover. But yeah, we lost at a field goal, young coup, for the Falcons, not in the field goal to win, and I picked the Falcons to win this game and to cover at 2.5, and they won by 2. Who do you have in this one?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay, it's probably one of your few losses then. But yeah, what would you do though? You Chris Greer, you're the GM for the Dolphins.
Man, again, like we discussed this last week, and if I got to give up 3 first-rounders for D. Watson, I'm only doing that knowing that D. Watson will be able to play. Because obviously, like you said, I'm gonna do my due diligence to make sure I know before I give up these 3 first-rounders. Because you just said it, giving up that's gonna set my franchise back. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna. We can't sit here and say every first round is gonna make that major impact. Obviously, that's what we want. But I think I'm with you, man. I think you gotta stick with Tua as long as you can. Try to get some pieces around him. He's still a very, very, very young quarterback. Still a lot to learn. You can tell he has talent. But I would probably stick with Tua, man, and try to get some pieces around him and see how we can build. But at this point, just depending on how this season ends, man, they might start shipping some folks up out of there.
That's a fact. I mean, it looked like at best this would be a 6-11 season for the Dolphins.
And that's
that pains me. 7-10 type season, like that ain't good enough, man. And the reason I say it'll set you back making those trades for a guy that maybe won't play is I feel like you can do that if you got a dog at the quarterback position. If you got a dog at the quarterback position, y'all can take these first. Y'all can do this like how the Rams have done. Okay, they feel like they got a dog with Stafford for at least another, 2-3 years. Y'all can have these first round picks. Y'all can have a couple of these seconds too. Like if you're in that situation, cool. If you're not, and you're still looking for a quarterback every year, nah, because you just got to keep taking chances in the drafts. And we know, these are hits and misses with any position, but especially these quarterbacks. That's too risky, man. But yeah, it's stank over there. Another stank one. I think we both had the Patriots winning and covering this one.
Yeah, we did.
Boys put a 50 burger on the Jets, though. Zach Wilson got knocked out. He'll be out 2 to 4 weeks with a PCL injury. Any chance you think these Patriots rally and make a playoff run this year?
I think so. They 3-4. It's still in the middle of the pack. I said coming in this year, I thought the Bills were going to run away with this division. You putting up 50 points. I don't care who you playing. That's a good thing. You can build off of that. So I do think that the Patriots can definitely make a run. I think so. And then
I don't think this year, but
I think they can make a run. Sure, but on the other end though, the Jets, man, I don't feel sorry for too many people, man. But Zach Wilson, man. Whew.
How did the Titans lose to the Jets though? That's that NFL shit crazy.
That trap game, man.
That's
trap game. Crazy. I called that game. I said the Jets was going to win that one, huh?
You said the Jets was going to. You called their first win. The Jets fans want to know when you calling their next win.
Y'all can wait a few weeks.
Because, I heard Robert Salah coming out saying, like, hey, because they asked him, I guess, about motivating his players. Because, once again, like, getting beat is one thing in the NFL. Losing 54-13, coming off a bye week, like
that's crazy.
That that's more than just getting beat, getting out executed. Like it's more than that. But yeah, it's tough. Let's see what other. Oh man,
go ahead and say it. I'm even mad at you
said, man. I'm gonna let because you barely, you're on a hot streak right now. So I gotta let you gotta at least say you're wrong about something.
Nah, that's what I said. Like I ain't even mad at you right now. I had the Giants winning. Who you had in this one?
The Panthers.
Oh yeah. So I
looked at you, I said, you know what? This might be the week. Oh, Sam Darnold gets him a win because he hadn't had one yet since C-Mac went out. I said, this might be the week. He's playing the Giants without Holiday, Barkley, you name it. They were out for the Giants. And this dude, I look up in the damn third, fourth quarter, he on the sideline. I'm like, all right. Hey. I see my man PJ Walker in the game.
So go ahead, man.
He stinks.
Waiting for
it. He stinks, man. Sam Darnold. I ain't trying to dance and celebrate on the guy, his misfortune and not playing well. He's just, I mean, it is what it is at this point, man.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
I got bullied into an apology, but I mean, I saw this one. I saw this one from a mile away. But I'll leave it at that. I'm not going. I wanted to be wrong about this. Whenever I say a guy stinks, or a coach stinks, or a team stinks, deep down I want to be wrong, and I wanted to be wrong about old Sam Darnold. But I did the work. I did the due diligence. I watched the film. I watched the tape. This guy stinks. But
man.
But yeah, man.
So, I think it's just it's really C-Mac, man. Because even the first couple of games this year when C-Mac was playing, and even I'm like, yo, he features, he looks for C-Mac every chance he gets. And I mean, it's not a bad thing. C-Mac, he can go, he a baller. But then it's like now you can see with him gone, he lost out there.
Man, it's just like you know how it is as a DB, as a safety, as somebody that's because as players, coaches, we all game planning, we all self-scouting, we all scouting the opponents. Like, you 10, 12, 14 years in the game, it ain't, coaches can help you here and there, but at that point, you probably helping the coaches more than helping you. And you get 3-4 weeks into a season, new team, new system, whatever. You're like, all right, what does this quarterback like to do? What are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? How can we make this guy beat us a different type of way? And once you kind of take away, I guess what's saying, they trickled in some more run game for him, which you've been doing well with. But I hate to see it, man. I hate to be right, man. That's why when you look at these quarterbacks, man, that like a Brady, for instance, Tom Brady, 44 years old, just coming out there trimming cats up every week, man. It's slow motion for him. They can ID coverages, they can ID matchups, they can look players off, they can lead players in the right holes. It's just so much that these guys can do. And it's a tough position to play, man. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's a tough position to play. And for most guys, they need a lot of shit around them to go right. And, a lot of people were, it was Adam Gase, it's the Jets O-line, it's this, that, and the third. But if you really watch that shit, man, you saw a lot of that fellow Sam Darnold as well. And maybe he gets his job back when C-Mac come back. Maybe he ends up somewhere else. But what did the Panthers do? It's another team. What do you do going? They picked up the 5th-year option for Sam. He traded away a 2 or 4, I believe.
Man, the Panthers, folks, they want to win right now. So if this continues on throughout the season, you know what they're going to do later on or next year in the offseason.
And what's their the team owners that Tepper? Yeah, Tepper. Yeah, he already made it clear he won a big name at quarterback.
Right, because you got the defense.
They better bring Cam back. That's what they better do. Cam done got that vax for y'all out too. Y'all better call K, man.
That's the move.
We sorry.
That's the move?
That's the move right now. But you got to move, Carolina.
Why not stick with PJ Walker?
I mean, that could be an option too, but I gotta call. I gotta holler at Cam. He knows the organization, he knows the fan base. Even if I'm in that owner chair, if I'm looking at the quarterback position now, all right, I don't feel that confident in these guys taking me to, you're in a division with Carolina. The Saints, I feel like, are going to continue to play better as the year goes on. Atlanta has been playing, they've been winning some games. They've been playing some decent football. Yep. So man, Cam, I think Cam right now, he's still in the division where we compete. We got a record where we can compete and fight. I think Cam right now, you put him in 2 weeks from now. I like PJ Walker, my former teammate. Sam Darnold, you know how I feel about him as a quarterback. I think Cam will be the best option in that quarterback room. And
okay.
I don't think it's hard. We sorry.
You heard it here with D Butt. He ain't been getting too much right this season, but hey, he said go and call Cam right now.
Call Uno. Go ahead and hit Ace Boogie up, man. Tell him anybody got one. They ain't giving one away yet.
I don't think so.
Go ahead and bring him back. Ask Sir Purr. Sir Purr, bring him back. I'm gonna take my little break real quick.
Go ahead and take your break, man. I'm gonna talk to the people.
Yeah, man. I need to hit that mailbag too.
Y'all know what to do. Send your questions to db20 to ab41@gmail.com. Send your mailbag questions. We can see y'all faces. Other than that, I hope y'all weekend was good. Start the week all right. AB, man, homecoming was cool, man. It was a little different, obviously, with with COVID and everything like that. But it was cool, man. A lot of friends and family came down, celebrated, had a good time, had a great time. AB, who was some players celebrating your retirement with you, man? My man GB, man, Gary Brackett came out and showed me some love. Vernon Davis, DeQuell Jackson, Navarro Bowman. Came out, man, had a good time, man. Great time. I like go-go music. How homecoming? Do you like go-go music? I like it, man. I had to it grew on me when I first came up here. My roommate, my freshman year, man, he was from Maryland, so I heard a lot of it. It grew on me though. Grew on me. Craig Parson, AB, if we lose any more safeties, you might have to suit up. Are you in shape? And I ain't in that shape, Craig. It's a wrap for your boy. Man, but our coach looked real good yesterday. JT, man, JT keep doing what he doing, man. I think that's going to help the coach out a lot. Keep the defense fresh, keep them on the sideline when you're able to run that ball. T.Y. get back healthy. I think we going in the right direction. Going in the right direction. AB, were you a strip the ball guy or you a punch for the ball guy? You know what, G.I. Joe? I wish I was better at that. I think a lot of times playing that free safety position, whereas you are the last man in defense, I was mainly focused on getting the guy down so our defense can play another play. But I was mainly, when I was going for the ball, I was a strip the ball guy. But what Darius Leonard does as far as punching that ball out, he has a knack for it. And that's not easy. It's not easy. And a lot of guys can't do that. So for him to be able to continue to do that week in and week out, create turnovers, make plays, I think him, Marlon Humphreys, as we kind of discussed earlier, kind of like the best guys that's in the game right now that could do that. Obviously, Peanut Tillman, man, he made a lot of plays doing that. Is Darius Leonard the best linebacker in the league? Man, he up there. He's up there. He's top.
On the short list.
Short list. I would say it's 3. Right now I might be missing 1 or 2, but I would say him, Fred Warner, Bobby Wide, out in Seattle. Them 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a name or 2 that I might be missing, but he's definitely in that conversation.
Them top lists always tough. You get a real, it's always different flavor. What type of backer you like? What type of running back you like? What type of receiver? Man, what other games you need to get on, man. This one, when you had to go with the Bucks winning, Bucks cover, huh?
Yeah, no question. Even because I think what was the spread in this game? It was what, like 18, 17 and a half?
Nah. When we picked this one, this was like 12 and a half,
12?
11 and a half, maybe, yeah. So that was an easy one for you. I don't know what I was thinking.
What you had? Chicago.
This was the Bears game. I had Chicago covering.
Bro, I just think you be just circling.
Yeah,
shit. Remember like multiple choice and you ain't gonna answer. It was like any meeny miny ball or something. Or C. Yeah, circle C.
Yeah, see how that shit worked out. Yeah, this was a bad one. This is a bad one. As soon as I started watching it, I think he went down, boom, 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 touchdown, boom, 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 touchdown, boom, 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 touchdown. I'm like, yo, what the fuck was I thinking, man? Because Justin Fields in that offense.
Talk about it though.
Terrible.
Talk about it. This is this safe space here. Talk about it. What was you thinking? This is a safe space, bruh.
I told you the Bears defense has been playing well, and I just felt like for some reason. I just felt like, this may be a little trap.
They gonna come and play, huh? They gonna come and play.
Last game, the Eagles covered late. Brady kind of be struggling with some of these spreads from time to time, all that shit. But idiot, dead ass wrong. This is dead ass wrong. 38-3. This was over at hello. He went up 21-zip before. You could blink an eye. He actually broke a record, and I should have known. He came into the game at $5.99. TD passes. So he threw his 600. And we saw him throw it. We saw Mike Evans catch it. Mike Evans gave it away. And then we saw a fan get finessed on live TV. we saw a fan. Hold on. As a matter of fact, the details of the exchange have come out. And this is according to Bleacher Report, Gridiron.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Go to trade.
But Tom Brady received his 600 ball back, given to a fan by Mike Evans. The fan received a different game ball, a $1,000 gift card to the team store, and a promise of a helmet, couple of jerseys, something nice in return from Brady. You know.
Yeah. So I would have held on to that rock and be like, look, yeah, come on, you get that man $1,000.
$1,000 credit, team store credit, and a couple. He may get a signed jersey and helmet for Brady too, which would be cool.
Could,
you know,
yeah.
You know,
and depending on what you want to do with that. Depending on what you want to do with that.
And he always got a great story to tell too.
But
he
if
always
I was
got a great story to tell.
if I was his friend who was sitting next to him.
Nah, we might have been up out of there. I ain't gonna lie. Especially because you know, they probably come on the jumbotron and coming into the game gonna throw 600. So Mike Evans just terrible awareness. Mike Evans need to lose 4 points of awareness on Madden for giving the ball away in the first place. But yeah, we might have been up out of there. They would have had to.
Oh, ain't no Mike.
I sent a ransom note.
Hey, I'll get with you. I'm gonna get with you.
Fact, I'll just send a ransom note. But according to at Ken Golden, this was a tweet from Sportico. At Ken Golden, founder of Golden Auctions, he estimates that the Tom Brady 600 touchdown pass is worth at least half a ticket, at least $500,000.
And you give my man $1,000 store credit.
You gave my man. I mean, you got to at least give him. And I know it was on the spot negotiations. I don't know what old boy does as a profession, but you got at least, lifetime season tickets, box seats,
something,
sweet acts, something. I need something in perpetuity from this because this is something you can't get back. This is priceless for a lot of people.
They might be working something out now. Hopefully,
knowing the NFL, knowing how they got over, they get gone.
Hey, so what you think about the Bucks, man? What you think the Bucks can do? You think the Bucks can run it back year 2?
They can run it back. Coming into the year, we had the conversation. I was like, I see the Bucks and the Chiefs running it back. Chiefs, all the things that they did on the O-line, still having Mahomes, still having all their weapons, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that shit has gone a different direction. But the Bucks, being led by Brady, bringing their whole squad back. The injury bug has, been fortunate to them so far. Even when they came out this game missing Levante David, missing AB, missing Gronk. That was probably what my dumbass thing about too. But still, Brady, man, that Brady effect. So I know Nakiba gonna hate that, but I think the Bucks should run it back. The NFC's loaded. We looked at that.
Yeah,
that win thing again. A lot of them are from the of those.
You got the Cardinals, the Rams, Green Bay, Tampa Bay. You got Dallas looking. Hey,
the NFC is loaded. So, but can they run it back? I absolutely think they can. Absolutely think so.
Yeah.
What about you? What you think?
I think so. We talked about it being able to bring everybody back. All your starters on the offensive side and defensive side is you would not
all
imagine
your coordinators.
That. All your coordinators, you would not imagine that in this, this stage of pro sports. And then, like you said, as far as, guys out with injury, but the train keeps rolling. And I think that's a testament of the coaches, your leadership on the team. So I definitely think, the guys have a great chance of running it back. And going to get another one of them trophies.
Great chance, man. Great chance. But, on the flip side of that game, the other side with the Bears, I was really high on Justin Fields coming into the draft. I'm still high on him long term. The O-line, it's not a good looking O-line, but he's got to play better too. 3 picks. I want to say 2 fumbles, so like 5 turnovers. He's got to play better, and watching the game, because I was watching a little late into that game, his body language got to get better. I don't know who his agent is, who his quarterback's coach, but it's got to be somebody outside of the organization, I think, that can just coach him up on, just because it's a lot of different ways to be a quarterback and lead, but like body language, man, like that shit speaks volumes. Like, so, get smacked, you can't be, sitting on you can't be like that. You can't do that. Even if it's fake, you can walk in the side like, hey man, let's go put a drive together. Let's do something. So he's young. He'll learn. He'll figure it out, hopefully. But man, whew. And they're 3-4 football team right now. So any chance they go back to Dalton? I know that's what Miami did.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. It's a chance.
But that's what you said. Go out the gate.
Man, look at
you on that page.
But again, man, we talk about it. It's a lot that goes into playing that position, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you say throw him in the fire so he can learn on the run. At times I think that is the best situation, but I don't think Andy Dalton was playing horrible. Obviously, he got hurt, but I think it is a chance that they do go back to Andy Dalton. I think it is a chance if it keeps going on how it's going, and it might be best for Justin Fields just to sit back and just view the game in a different position. You know what I mean? On the sideline, just being able to see different things and going in the meeting room and just sitting down and going through the stuff. And you don't really have that pressure of like, oh, you got to go out there and perform your best right now. I just think sometimes it could help a young player, especially at that quarterback position.
Yeah, I know I was on the other side, but how I was looking right now, AB for right again. It might just be AB year. It's a long season though. Lot of time hold deep putt to get back right. Raiders Philly. I think we both. This is one of the game. Hold on, I gotta check my record again, man, because I think this one right too. Tony, you sure you got this shit right?
Nah, Tone good on the numbers now. Now spelling, we talk about that spelling. So boy, like I don't know, but
he's been on point though. He's been on point. He's been on point in mid-season form. But Raiders took care of business 33-22. They are now 2-0 since getting John Gruden the fuck up out of there. Derek Carr, this is back-to-back games now after he went through his little 2-game skid. Because remember, out the gate, he was in the MVP race.
Yeah.
They were undefeated. They dropped 2, I believe, and now they just won, 2 back-to-back in good fashion. I know this is one of your teams that you feel like could possibly veer off a little bit. Got a new head coach middle of the season. But like what I'm seeing from the Raiders right now, man, I like it.
I agree. Like I said, they're playing well. Quarterback's playing good. And again, the only reason why I say that is that we want to keep the past in the past, but what they've done, they've come out hot and kind of fizzled mid-season to late season. But I like what they're showing out there.
This was without Darren Waller too. Darren Waller was ruled out shortly before the game. Matter of fact, I might have a card number somewhere. But he was on point. Maybe not. But I think he was like 31 for 34.
He back in the MVP
something like that.
Derek Carr.
I mean, these last 2 games, Derek Carr 31 for 34, 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean,
31 for 34.
That's impressive.
Yeah, 7 on 7 out there.
Yeah, Philly, they've been playing a lot of that soft zone defense, kind of bend, don't break, take advantage of turnovers here and there. I mean, that defense is cool if you got an offense that's putting together points and drives all game. And then you got, you're playing defense against a team who has to kind of force it and try to push the ball down the field, try to make things happen. That's when that defense can work. If you got a defense that's playing from behind,
horrible.
You're gonna have guys going 31 for 34 against your ass. So
if you want to play that zone, you got to have some dogs up front who can get that pressure with a 4-man rush. If you don't have that, me and you can go out there and have a good completing percentage.
That's a fact.
In that, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have them dogs up front who can go eat And like you said, like you got to be able to have some your offense be able to go out there and score points. Because I know that's what we did when we was in Indy. We played that cover 2, play zone, but like you said, we had Peyton and them Bulls gonna put numbers up, and then we had 98, 93 coming off the edge, so we could really sit down and break. So if you really ain't got that soft zone, won't work.
Yeah, at all. At all. What else we got, man? We talked about the Indy game, this Houston Arizona game. I had Houston cover.
Bruh, what you be doing, man? See, you should be wanting to get them hot takes, so you just hope that the Texans cover so you can be like, oh, I told you. Come on, man.
Woo! I had Cardinals winning. I had Houston. I had to fight Davis Mills.
Must have had a long night Friday night.
Man, it must have been something. I tell you, I was rattled. I thought it was gonna be a group project. You got to do that homework. You hit your people usually giving your answer. Ain't nobody answering you. Oh, shit. Got to scramble. Hey, man. So yeah, I took them. And they started off hot too. It was up 5-0. I said, "Oh, if we get one more touchdown here, we could." Man, kind of came out. See. Zach Ertz got his first touchdown on National Tight End Day. I think he was like a big 40-something yard game. They got a lot of weapons, man.
Weapons.
Hopkins, both of the backs, Edmonds and Connor. Just weapons all over.
Chase Edmonds, he all right, huh?
Man, I don't even know. I got to see how to check my damn. I don't even know where I'm at with the fantasy joint, man. The underdog.
Bro,
we still
all the way up, bro. We all the way.
You can tell we rookies. You can tell we rookies in this case. Yeah, I need an updated. Matter of fact, when we come back on Thursday, we're gonna put that up on the joint.
Don't do this no more though, D. But
it was at 18 points, bro.
Hey,
it was at 18. It's hard for me to pick against. It's hard for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you seen how Arizona been balling. You seen how Houston, they run that cover too.
Oh, a terrible version of coverage. Bruh.
Yeah, that's the next
DeAndre Hopkins was literally on the sideline. I'm talking about he stopped running and all. Kyler's back there doing his thing. Finally foul. Oh shit.
That should be your next breakdown.
What you doing, bro? That cover two?
Yeah.
I don't even want young kids to see
that up.
My gosh. But I don't know what I was thinking here. Arizona, I expected Arizona to win by a couple touchdowns. I just, whatever. Arizona 7-0. Maybe they're that damn good. Like JJ Watt said, man. Y'all stop making excuses. Maybe we're just better. Hey. Maybe the Cardinals is just better. I think this was out Chandler Jones again.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just
7-0, man. It's tough to win in this league. For you to be 7-0, the only undefeated team, something is going right.
They got a bye week at some point ahead. You think Siri know when their bye week is? Hey Siri, when is the Arizona Cardinals bye week?
There are 72 players on the Cardinals. You can also ask me about a specific player.
What's she talking about?
There are 72 players on the Cardinals. I'm going to ask you one more time. Hey, Siri, when is the Arizona Cardinals bye week?
The Cardinals take on the Packers on Thursday at 8:20 p.m.
Thanks. That's going to be a good Thursday night game, though. Packers-Cardinals?
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I know who I'm going with.
Somebody let me know when their bye week is, please. Siri tripping. Siri tripping, man.
That's definitely a possibility. Speaking out loud with Renee and Boy, but that's definitely a possibility. He might be asking Siri for his picks. Hey.
That was a good one. For real. I used to be an Ask Madden guy too. Hey Siri, who's gonna win on Thursday Night Football?
The odds favor the Cardinals over the Packers by 3.5 points.
I got the Cardinals. And they cover. Thanks. All right. Let's see what we got, man. We got any good questions, comments, concerns? Oh, man. Shout out a couple people already ordered some of the hats, threw up some of the merch. A lot of people been asking about these hats, man. They up. DariusButlerShop.com. The Kiba ordered. Adam ordered. A couple other people. Shout out. Put that in the chat real quick.
Hey, man. One more time. Week 7, baby. 10-2, 9-3.
Nobody has to see that shit again,
4,
man.
5, 6-1.
Nobody has to see that shit again.
Just want to keep the people informed, man. Just want to keep the people informed.
Oh, man. Man. Y'all hit the mailbag, too. Nick, did you put a new one in the mailbag? Let's see. Is this a new one?
What you think, D-Butt? Chase
Wayrick, ABDB, do you think the Chiefs should fire their defensive coordinator? Not right now. I think he's earned enough respect to get the mutually part ways designation after the season's over. That's just how I would do things. Spags says, he's a respected defensive coordinator in this league. Got him to, help get him to win a Super Bowl and get him to 2. They're struggling right now, obviously, historically bad, but at this point, I don't think you fire him mid-season. That's just me, though. That's me from I don't know, AB. How you feel about that, AB?
I don't think right now, but hey, it's business, man. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? So, got to get a thing right, man. If not, get that plane ticket, vacate early.
He's taking it back. Let me see. We got 2. We got one from Tone, too. Hold on.
How's it going, guys? So Tom Brady just threw a 600th touchdown. Ball is worth a lot of money as a souvenir in auctions if it were to go. Led me to think you guys have had some pretty memorable plays in your career. Which of your, keepsake balls would you consider to be your most valuable, personally or even financially, whichever way you want to go with that?
That's a good question.
Great question.
Let you go first.
Financially, I don't think none of my jumps should go for they just keep it a buck. But I would say keepsake, my first and only pick 6 in San Fran against the Chargers. And I would say my very first NFL pick was against Tom Brady. So for me, I would say those 2.
I might go for some bread shit. But I'm saying I don't think money-wise, but personally, Peyton. Getting Peyton, picked off Peyton. And I would tell the story behind it that maybe go for a couple of dollars or something. But picking him off 3 yards short at Lucas Oil of the all-time passing record. So diving, getting that one that we went down and won the game. That was, my favorite interception ball.
You know what? It was another one. I got Steve McNair in the playoffs on our Super Bowl run. Rest in peace to Steve McNair.
McNair.
Yeah, and I don't know how I got that pick. I was in cover 2, and I kind of got that pick at the hash.
We're going to have to pull it up.
Huh?
I said we're going to have to pull that clip up.
Yeah.
I know that shit probably look like ESPN Classic. Shit gonna be great. Straight S standard definition. But that's how I be. The college games be. I'll be like, I'm old as shit.
Man.
But shit, yeah, that's a big one. That Peyton joint. Obviously, Peyton was with Denver at that time, but he was one of the. That was a sheriff. You looked up and you dreamed about picking off Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. That was question. What you in the backyard. Those were the cats you were picking off. So your first pick coming against Brady, one of mine coming against Peyton. That was big.
Yeah.
We get since Nick brought up the man, they got to get the Knicks.
I got two questions for you. First one, does Jimmy Garoppolo stink? It's mostly for DB because we just saw his boy Sammy D get benched for PJ Walker. And then my second question, in the AFC, we got 4 teams in the first place in their divisions: Raiders, Bengals, Titans, and Bills. Which one of those teams do you guys see locking up the 1 seed for the playoffs, or do you guys see one of the lower seeds right now locking up that 1 spot? Thank you.
Oh, man. Well, Jimmy G is a part of the best quarterback situation in the NFC West, so
man.
Woo! I can't say Jimmy G stinks though. 24-10 or 24-11 now. No, Jimmy G doesn't stink. Got to play better though. Kyle Shanahan got to call plays better. So I give him a lot of credit. Trey Lance is not ready. Jimmy G does not stink. As far as that AFC, who you think lock up that 1 seed? AB.
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
I'm gonna go Buffalo. Okay.
I'm gonna go Buffalo. I'm coming off a loss, but I just, I think they can pull it off. I think it's going to be tough, though. I think that's a great question. Obviously, the 5-win teams, obviously are playing well, but I'll say Buffalo.
You know what? I'm with you. I agree.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm Buffalo too, because obviously coming off a loss, but they're in the easiest division. I would go Chargers, but tough division. We talked about it. The Chiefs, they're going to be a tough out. Raiders, even the Broncos, they're not playing well, but that's going to be a tougher road. So, yeah, I'm with you. I was even thinking the Ravens or Buffalo, but I go Buffalo. AFC East, I think they run through that conference.
That Ravens, man, that Ravens division, like you say, you got Cincinnati, you got Cleveland, you got Pittsburgh, so that's going to be tough, especially coming down the stretch. But, yeah,
I'm with it, man. A lot of people I'm seeing some Jimmy G stinks in here right now.
Oh,
I don't know. We're gonna
Go
see.
back to that clip. We got to go back to that clip. Best quarterback situation. Man. Before we get out of here, though, man, we got Monday Night Football, D-Buck. Who you got tonight?
Oh, yes, we do. Where is the graphic for it? Who do I have? I got the Saints. Come on, man. I got the Saints. Saints win tonight. Well, I think they're favored by 4.5. I think Saints win. Saints cover tonight. People coming back off injury. Marshawn Lattimore, too. Not getting a lot of hype in mainstream media, whatever. Cornerback's a tough position to talk about who's good. He is playing some of the best. He's playing some first-team all-pro football right now at the cornerback position. I'm going with the Saints tonight to win and cover. Who you got?
I'm on the same boat. I got the Saints winning, got the Saints covering. So let's see what that week 7 tally gonna be like after this last game tonight.
I don't see the graphic in here, but you heard it. Both of us got NO. Right with NO tonight, man. So appreciate y'all. As always, tapping in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Go holler at Pat McAfee and the boys. I'll be on there in the second hour, I think, around 1:30. So tap in.
Peace,
y'all. Anything else you got, AB? Oh,
that's it. We out of here.
We out of here. Oh, man.